Hi, welcome back to Quake Clinic. How are you? It's good to see you. Thank you. Well, I see that you're here for some skin issues, huh? You've got some irritation, and then, yes, it also does say that you have some congestion and maybe some headaches that you think are coming from that congestion. Okay. Well, I'm definitely sorry to hear about both of those things, but hopefully we can get you all sorted out. Okay. Good. Well, can you confirm your name and date of birth for me? Okay. All right. And where is that skin irritation occurring that you're noticing it? Your back, scalp, neck. Okay. And has it happened at all on your cheeks or your forehead? Not really. Kind of staying past the hairline. Okay. Alright, and where do you feel those headaches that you've been getting? So in the front here and up top. Okay. Alright. Okay, well, what we're going to do is start off with a personal and family medical history. I have a few questions that I just have to ask you to make sure that you are a good candidate for these allergy tests because they're pretty serious, and we do have all of the necessary medical equipment and are fully trained to deal with anything that might come up, but based on your symptoms and you've never had a history of anaphylaxis or anything, right? Okay, so if you've never experienced that before and you've been exposed to most of the common triggers, peanuts and shellfish and other, immediate triggers like that, the odds are that we're not gonna get anywhere near that level, but just so you know, we do have everything here in the event that anything were to happen, but I strongly don't see that happening, and this is just another way to ensure that we're being safe as we possibly can. So, okay, so bear with me here. Just have a few questions. First of all, was there an event that you can remember when you first noticed your symptoms? Okay. And how long did that last? Okay. Did you do anything that made them better or worse that you noticed? Okay. All right. And do you have a history of runny, sneezy, itchy nose? What about your eyes? Okay. And congestion, you were telling me, is sort of targeted around your nasal passages and some of your sinus areas on your face. And that's a lot of pressure. Okay. And is there a certain time of year that you tend to have your symptoms flare up, or is this rash a new situation? Okay. And that's pretty much been every year since your initial... Okay. But the rash is a newer thing, not an every year thing. Okay. Well, it makes sense why you wanted to get it checked out then. I probably want some answers myself. Okay. And were you doing anything in particular? This sort of goes along with the first time that you had an experience of allergies, but is there anything that you're doing in general that sparks, I guess, the sort of allergic reactions or feelings of discomfort? So something that's not environmental, something that maybe you take part in or expose yourself to. Okay. Okay. And what are all the things that you can remember having done to treat these issues? So any sort of over-the-counter prescriptions, anything, if your primary care physician wrote you a prescription for anything, any Tylenol, Sudafed. Okay. 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 And that's mainly for sleep. Okay. Alright. And the next question is, was the treatment successful? Which I assume you wouldn't be here if it wasn't, so may I put no? Okay. Alright. Was there any change at all, though? Temporarily. Okay. And just on the itching. Okay. Have you had any episodes of wheezing or difficulty breathing? Okay. Okay. During some sort of exercise? And what does that feel like? Tightness in your chest? Is that the only time that you experience that? Okay. And did you do anything at the time to treat the episode, or? Okay. Just tried to calm yourself down. Alright, that's always a good place to start. Alright, we're moving on to the next page. Do you have, I know you have one skin rash. Do you have any other rashes or itchy spots that we didn't discuss already? Okay. Sometimes on your elbows and knees. That's pretty common for like eczema and some other skin rash related issues. The elbows and knees tend to be sites for issues, so at least that means that it might be something more common, more treatable. Okay. And after eating any foods, have you noticed any symptoms such as difficulty breathing, swallowing, itchy mouth, sneezing, any other sort of rash, runny nose? Okay. Alright, and does anyone in your immediate family have any allergies or asthma or eczema, colds that don't go away? Anything like that? Okay, and what's... okay. Alright, and do you have any pets? Are you exposed to anyone else's pets, any animals? Regularly? Okay. And Have you been checked out for anything like that? Pet related? Okay. Alright, well, you made it through the paperwork part. So now we're gonna move on with the examination. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is look over your skin. I'm going to look at your scalp and your face, your neck, your back a little bit, since you said that that's been a problem area for you. And I'm also going to have to do a pretty thorough examination of your arms, because if your back is inflamed enough and irritated enough, we will use your forearm instead of your back for the allergy tests themselves, if we determine that that's something that we can go through with today. So that being the case, we will make sure that you're all clean and clear to go on your forearm. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to put on some gloves really quickly because I am going to be touching your face and scalp. And then we will get started. Okay. So if you don't mind, I'm just going to get a little close and I'm going to start just feeling the texture of your skin, and I'm gonna pay special attention to any areas that look like they might be a little inflamed or irritated. Just gonna sweep right down the bridge of your nose. Okay. Over your eyebrows. Okay. Just gonna feel your temples now. And around your hairline. Okay. Feeling back of your ears. Okay. Just gonna touch your neck a little bit. Does your chin ever get irritated as well? Okay. And if you can just do me a favor and close your eyes for a second, I'm going to gently, I'm not going to put a lot of pressure, but I'm going to gently sweep over your closed eyelids, okay? Ready? Just stand up and look at your scalp here. Okay. I do see here we've got quite a rash going, and it does look like it's covering most of your scalp here. Have you been changing your shampoo lately? Okay. Let me just peek down into your back. Yeah, I'd see that. Okay. I would say that's probably a little too inflamed for us to be doing the test there, which is what I was expecting, so don't feel bad or worried. I feel bad. I definitely want to get you fixed up, so I'm gonna look at your arm here and your hand. Okay. And your forearm. Preliminarily, that all looks fine. Now I'm going to have to go back over and look again with my flashlight. The first flashlight, I'm just going to be looking a little closer at any irregularities. And the second one is a very bright light that I'm going to put very close to your skin and be able to see any sort of sun damage or other damage to your skin that I might not be able to see with my natural eye. So it won't hurt, you won't feel a thing, but this might be a little bright, both lights, if they come near your eyes, so you can feel free to just relax. Close your eyes if you'd like. Okay, let's actually just calm down for a second before I look you over. I feel like it's a good idea to just release that tension. Okay, so I just need you really nice and relaxed, and if I can have you breathe in for me, I'm gonna have you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you do that, we're just gonna do it a couple times in a row, and I want you to really expand up to your shoulders, fill up your chest, but also fill up your belly. So from your hips to your shoulders, just pretend you're sort of a rectangle, and you're gonna inflate with air and make yourself nice and long neck, relaxed shoulders, long tailbone. And then you're going to exhale through your mouth, and I want you to get all of the air out, okay? Alright, ready? There we go. Okay, you can hold it up top for a second if you'd like, and release. Get all that air out. Good. Let's do it again. Okay, great. Here we go. You ready? So let's see. You do have a little bit of redness up by your hairline, which is understandable considering the rash thereafter. And let me see in your ear here. Does that feel tender at all? Okay. And your skin also looks really good in your neck, which is amazing because sometimes that's a real problem area for people, since the skin is so much thinner there. It can be a real vulnerable part of the skin. So sometimes people who have skin conditions will have issues on their neck, and yours looks fine though, so that's one positive out of all of this. Okay, just gonna look at your face now. And just go down your arm here to your forearm. Yeah, there's almost no redness here, so I would say your forearm's gonna be great. Let's just do this last look through with the very bright light. Again, I'm going to be holding it pretty close to your skin and just analyzing, okay? Seeing if there's skin damage that we should worry about, or that might be contributing to your rash. I know you said you spend some time outside doing yard work and stuff. Do you do other activities outside regularly or semi-regularly? Okay. And do you wear sunscreen when you do that? Okay. 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 Well, I feel pretty good about this. Your skin looks good. It's fairly average for, if not a little better, for your age. Just a little bit of sun, not damage quite yet, but just some exposure, maybe overexposure across the bridge of your nose, and a little bit on your cheeks, and a little bit on your chest. So I would just make sure in the future that you really get some sunblock in those areas. And what happens is you might be sweating it off, which I know is unfortunate, and it's really a pain to have to reapply sunscreen when you're out and about or hanging out with friends or doing whatever yard work or at the beach, or especially if you're involved with water or sports or both. So it is important though, and there are some great dermatologist recommended sunscreens out there now that are just kind of like a facial moisturizer. They're made for people who have sensitive and acne prone skin and other conditions similar to what you have now. So that being the case, I think I would recommend that you look for the Elta Derm MD face lotion, and they're really small bottles. They're kind of expensive, but I think it'd be worth it and last you a long time just to carry one around, have one available to reapply, and make sure that you sort of get those areas if you're gonna have a long day outside. Okay. Alright. And you said that you did see one of our dermatologists here, right? Okay. Right, okay. So, we can have that ready for you at the front. Then it's not a prescription, but we do carry it here. And as long as you're one of our patients, then we can get it for you. Our dermatology patients, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I will make a note of that. And I'll pop it in the computer in a little bit and have that ready for you at the checkout, okay? Alright, so do you have any questions? Yeah, for sure. We didn't really talk about it. It's gonna be pretty simple and definitely painless, even though there is a tiny, tiny, tiny sharp metal object that's going to be making a very insignificant pinprick into your skin at the testing sites. This is going to be fast and easy. The actual testing part of it, the hard part is after I prick you, waiting and seeing what reactions your skin might have. That's the part that can become uncomfortable. So during that time, in order to just keep our mind off of it, we'll talk a bit about your congestion symptoms and some other things. But to start, I'm going to clean down the area with some alcohol, make sure that you're nice and sanitary, and then I have a number of different liquids that I will put onto spots on your body, on your forearm. They'll mark a tiny spot, tiny little X. And each of these will be testing sites. And we'll put a different allergen extract on each site. And then once the liquid is sitting there in a neat little bubble, I will take a tiny little lancet pin, and each one will get its own pin. We'll prick the skin just lightly, just enough to break it. You really won't even feel it any more than you'll feel the pen writing on you. It's not painful at all. And that will allow those chemicals to quickly absorb into your skin. And we can see if there's a rash or reaction after that. Yeah, it'll take a few minutes for that to work through. Okay. Are you ready? Are you feeling calm still? Don't forget you can take some of those nice, deep, energizing, and relaxing breaths. And you can also be conscious of your body. Make sure that you're breathing in general, all the way in, all the way out, getting some good deep breaths going in there. And then also just being aware of any tension that you might have in your scalp, your ears, your neck, and down your body. So I really just want you to try to focus on being calm, okay? I'll do the rest. Alright, well, we've got our cotton swabs here and some alcohol. And if you will just let me borrow your arm here. Okay. Nice and clean. It's a strong smell, I know. Okay. Good. Excellent. Now I'm just going to take this little pen and mark your spots. Okay. And here is different extracts. I'm going to try to be kind of quick about getting these on there. Make sure they're nice and mixed up. Okay. Last one. Okay. Good. Now we're just gonna go really quick with our pin and tap each spot. Okay, look at me. Good. Good. All done. Great job. Wasn't that bad, right? Okay. So now while that is reacting, please let me know if you feel off at all. You may have some anxiety, and that's fine. We can talk about that too. But if you do start feeling itchy or runny or tightness or having difficulty breathing, I will examine you and make sure that it's psychological and not a reaction, if you're worried about that. But if you are having a reaction, we need to know as well, so please speak up. Don't feel like you're gonna bother me or anything like that. It's critical information, so don't be shy, okay? Okay. So let me just mark the time right now. Okay. Let's see here. Just marking here on your chart the different allergen extracts that I used at each testing point so that we can make sure we don't mess up your results. Yes, so we tested you for 2 different types of grasses, a general pollen test, and then we did dust mite, and pet dander, and then the last one is related to airborne mold and mildew. Okay? Okay, got that done. So now let's talk a little bit about what's going on with your congestion and your headaches. You want to tell me a bit about that? Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm going to use some of this alcohol actually to quick sanitize my hands. Those gloves are kind of powdery, and I'm going to be pressing into your skin, and I don't want to leave any residue. So now that I'm clean, what I'm just going to do real quick is I'm going to press with my fingers kind of deeply into your different sinus areas around here, around your cheekbones, and then over on your brows, okay? And this is sort of like hitting a reset button, and we're just gonna see if you feel any better afterwards, okay? Okay, just let me know, and if I'm pushing too hard, you can let me know that as well, but I find that people generally like the intense pressure, and it sort of relieves the congestion, so I'm hoping that will be the case for you. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. I know you might need a second to get your bearings. Okay, you're alright? I'm gonna do it right here at the top now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. Okay, so you felt a little tightness while I was pressing right in the middle. Okay. I think it might be a good idea. I think this is pretty standard congestion, which I know sounds annoying because you've been suffering, and it'd be nice if there was a better explanation, but the good news is that this is something that's treatable, and I think it would be a good idea for me to refer you to get a sort of massage that focuses on your face, your scalp, which you might have to wait to do the scalp until you're a little less tender. But our masseurs are incredibly talented, and they do a really great job of watching out for any sensitivities. So I would continue to do a pressing sort of pattern like I just did for you, and also maybe add some massaging through your neck area. They get sort of sinuses and lymph nodes. They might fill into your armpits a bit. It's somewhat holistic, but it's a massage, and it has a lot of really good results without needing to put any chemicals in your body. So it would be free. I'll write you the referral for that, and you can come by anytime and take advantage of that. Does that sound good? Okay. Okay. And was there anything else about those headaches? I do think that they're all linked. So if we can get some treatment for those things, then you should feel relief with your headaches as well. Yeah. Okay. Well, I have a couple more questions related to your allergies overall then. And they're sort of more about your habits though. So what I'm doing here is looking for any potential reactors or anything that might be causing your skin to have these problems, and you just don't really think about it because it's maybe a part of your everyday life. So no judgment here, and I'm not saying that it is any of these things, but what I'm going to do is get a list from you here of any sort of soaps and detergents, anything that you put onto your skin essentially. So do you wear any perfume or cologne or lotion? Okay. And do you know the brand of your clothes washing detergent? Okay. Alright. And do you use any hand soap, the same sort of hand soap, like at a place that you frequent, home or school or work or anything like that? Okay. And you don't know which one that is? Okay. What about? Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Is there anything else that you frequently or just even semi-frequently put on your scalp or skin? Deodorant brand? Have you changed that recently? Okay. And do you shampoo and condition? Are those the same? Okay. Right. Okay. Alright. Is there anything else I should put? Okay. I'm just going to run this through, get that processing, and all that's doing is it's a database that it's pretty neat actually. It compares all the different products that you have mentioned for common ingredients. So we'll see sometimes if you just have too much of something and you don't know because it's coming from all these different sources, it can cause an allergy, and if you reduce those things, there's a chance that will stop the irritation. Okay. And while that's processing, I'm going to put in that request for the moisturizer, and also your referral. And let's see. When you do yard work, do you ever use a face mask? Okay. So let's see here what this says. Okay, so it's coming up with one substance that's sort of a compounding agent that is found in 3 of the things that you use, 3 of the products that you use. So you may just want to switch up and look for products that are specifically meant for sensitive skin. I know that Arm & Hammer makes a really mild, good detergent for washing clothes, and it's relatively affordable, especially in comparison to some of the other more chemically detergents. So you may want to try doing something like that, or you can, there are a lot of recipes online for making your own detergent at home if you want to try to make a sensitive homemade detergent. There's also options, obviously, with shampoo and stuff. You can just look for a more sensitive shampoo like Selsun Blue, or there are a bunch of other medicated, and there are ones that smell good, there are ones that have no scent. Whatever you prefer, there should be something out there that's at least more mild, and I will write down and give with you when you leave also from the front the name of the drug. Okay, and you can check your labels when you get home and just confirm, and maybe it's in even more stuff and you're just not realizing it, you know? Okay, so even if that's not the source of the problem, it could be making your skin just more prone, more vulnerable, more prone to irritation. So it's probably a good idea to progressively make those switches. You don't have to go crazy, but just in time, it might be a good idea to move to more mild soaps and detergents. Okay. Alright. Now let's see how we're doing here on your arm. How do you feel? Wow, yeah, okay. Well, you've been doing a great job. I couldn't even tell you're itching that much. But I do see that we have multiple reactions here in varying degrees. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to take a quick picture if that's alright. Okay. Alright, let me just note that upload those pictures. Okay. So, based on our diagram here, we've got a dust, grass, and dander. Those are your 3 that I see. Really making any sort of noise. So, there's still a chance that you'll produce further symptoms as time goes on today. But we're gonna have you stay here for a little while and just sort of nap and relax from this whole experience, and to monitor you. So you'll be nice and safe, but it's early enough that I would say that these 3 are the preliminary targets that we're looking for. Okay. And your home is probably where you're having the dust and dander mainly, and then the grass is obviously an outdoor issue for the most part, unless you're living in a tiny little utopia that's filled with grass and I don't know about it. Okay, good. So there are some things though that you can do to help minimize these problems. So number one, I don't know if you or someone else in your home does the vacuuming, so I'm not sure if you'll know the answer to this, but there are HEPA filters. Do you know if you, certain vacuums have HEPA filters in them, and yours might have that sort of filter or might be eligible. You might be able to purchase a HEPA filter, and those will help just dealing with the circulation of these different irritants in your home. Also, getting away from carpets as much as you can. Dealing with bare floors is a little baby tip that's not really practical for everyone, but in the future it might be something good to know. If you have the opportunity to live somewhere with or without a carpet, you might want to start leaning towards no carpet places more often, just as a matter of precaution and something to do to make it feel a little bit better. There are also 3M makes a really good house air conditioning, heating and air conditioning filter. So you can buy one of these just at your grocery store, and they're not that expensive, and they have great ones now that will help with different issues, pet dander, pollen, all that kind of stuff. So I would go there and look for one that's either multi-purpose allergies or specific to an allergy that you are triggering for. I would also recommend that you start wearing a face mask when you're doing any yard work, especially like cutting grass, anything that might kick up any sort of seed or pollen from the grass. Okay. So you've got detergent, body soap, shampoo, all of those things to look into. There's also the filters, and another option would be to get a space air purifier. You may want this for your working space or for some place that you frequent a lot of your time. It just runs, they usually have different settings, so you can have something low that'll be quieter or high that'll be a little louder but effective. And you can place this in one of your rooms or a few of your rooms if you want to go all out, and it just gives you a little extra something. The filters are pretty easy to replace on most of them. Yeah, I have one myself. It's a Honeywell, and I really like it. I do actually notice a difference. The room actually sort of smells fresher when you go into it after you've been running the purifier for a while. So I think that they're a good investment. I don't think that they're garbage if you get a good one. And mine wasn't really even that expensive, but still does the trick. Also, when it comes to your body soaps, you can look into Johnson & Johnson just made a brand new sensitive care line. I'm not sure if it's marketed for babies or not, but either way, it doesn't matter. It's very sensitive and good, well-tested soaps and shampoos, so you might want to look into those as well. And I think they smell good. Kind of nostalgic. Okay. Alright. Okay, so let me just take one last look here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to clean you off. Some more rubbing alcohol. feel okay? Well, don't worry, you've done the hard part now. You're alive and well and living another day, so just don't worry too much. You're in very good hands, and I'll not let anything happen to you. And now you just get to sleep or relax. Yeah. Okay. Well, I would like to see you back for a follow-up in 8 weeks. I'd like for you to try to make lifestyle changes that will minimize these irritants. I'm also going to forward all of the results to your dermatologist here at Quake, and they will get you some sort of cream or ointment to deal with the rash on your head once we have more conclusive results and can say definitely which of the 3 irritants might be triggering that. Right. And then aside from that, we will just see how you're feeling in 8 weeks, see if things got better when you made those changes. And I know that it sounds small, and I'm very sorry that I don't have a magic bean that's going to make it better, but I promise you that if you actually take these changes seriously and implement them, there's a really good chance that you'll be able to live a much higher quality of life and not have this as a burden weighing you down. So medicines are available, and we'll look into shot treatment therapy in the event that changing your habits doesn't have an impact. I'm not abandoning you. We will go through with that, but shot therapy, again, does come with risks, and it's not necessarily something I like putting people through if I don't have to, but I will if we do have to. So please feel free to be as vocal with me as possible about how you're actually feeling. I do want to solve this for you, but also try to take these changes. They might be small, but they could be mighty, so try to take them seriously, and we'll check in 8 weeks. We'll see how you're doing, and we'll definitely take whatever steps we need to from there. Okay? Alright. Well, you did fantastic this appointment. You look great. I hope that you're feeling okay, and feel free to just lay down and relax, get some sleep, and we'll let you know when you're free to leave, but you can still go if you'd like to sooner. We think it's a good idea for you to stay for a few hours and just be under care. Are you okay with that? Okay. Well, then we'll let you know when it's alright to leave, and you can stay even longer if you'd like, but you'll be clear at that point. Okay. Well, it was so good to see you, and I really, really hope that this gets better soon and before the next time I see you. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna excuse myself then, and I hope that you have a great sleep. Okay. Good night.